Ladies and gentlemen, meet Cooper Flagg, the Menace from Maine, coming to the NBA in 2025. So we've seen many great players throughout the years of the NBA. Whether it's Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, LeBron James, Steph Curry, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, Kareem, you name it. The list goes on and on. All these players have unique skill sets and personalities that have helped differentiated them over the years. Whether it's Goliaths like Shaquille O'Neal and Wilt Chamberlain with their 7-foot-plus frames at 300 pounds. It's a real coordination, brute strength, built like Goliaths. Or talking about miniature guards such as Allen Iverson, changing the game forever with his crossover, his swag, the cornrows. You name it, man. Steph Curry with his shooting range. And Michael Jordan waving his tongue in the air like he just don't care. We've seen so many greats over the years. We even have great players today, such as Giannis Antetokounmpo, Nikola Jokic, to young stars such as Luka Doncic, Zion Williamson, John Morant, Jason Tatum, and Anthony Edwards, to name a few. And let's not forget the French Mamba, Victor Wembanyama, who was the #1 pick in this year's NBA draft. Well, I think is the best prospect in NBA history, as we've never seen a 7'4" talent with the guard skills of a Kevin Durant, and who could be a defensive anchor at the same time. But, ladies and gentlemen, NBA GMs, just like in all sports, are always looking for the next big thing. And that's why I think 6'8", 200-pound forward, the Menace from Maine, Cooper Flagg, is the next big thing. He is something to behold, and he is the best prospect, American prospect, since LeBron James. Let's get into why. So Cooper Flagg is an amazing two-way player. We don't see guys in high school or at all this elite on both ends of the floor. We're talking about a guy who I first heard prior to his freshman year of high school, he was already an elite player. His offense is amazing, but what really separates him is his defense. He was already a great player his freshman year of high school. I remember watching him at the EYBL circuit, but what really took him to the next level and popped out at the eyes of NBA GMs was his performance at the U17 FIBA World Championship Tournament in the summer 2022. After his freshman year, he showed his ability on the defensive end as an impeccable defender with an unreal ability to dictate when to go up to block a shot. He has elite shot blocking instincts like he's an Anthony Davis or Hakeem Olajuwon. Yes, he's that special. His timing, his instincts are something you can't teach. He averaged a staggering 2.9 blocks per game and 2.4 steals per game at just 15 years old at the time. That is absurd. How many guys at such a young age are willing to put that type of effort on the less glamorous end of the basketball court, which is defense, as they are usually always want to be on the offensive side, get the highlight reel, make the shot in someone's face, cross somebody up, or get the highlight reel dunk. This guy does the dirty work. Dives on the floor for loose balls, boxes out, get tough rebounds. He can impact the game in so many ways outside of scoring that you don't see that many players can do. I mean, he did have a triple-double in blocks, finishing with 38 points, 16 rebounds, and 12 blocks one game, which is unfathomable to comprehend. These are numbers you even have a hard time getting in 2K Mind Create a Player, even with the attributes all the way up to 99, let alone in real life. And he did this in front of top 2 greatest player of all time, LeBron James, if not the greatest player of all time in most people's eyes. What makes him more special to me, though, is that he brings that same energy and intensity every single game. He never cheats you with his effort. Similar to a Giannis, he comes to play hard on both ends of the court. Here are some more incredible displays of the hustle and defensive instincts from the Menace from Maine, which included a game-winning block that seemed unfeasible. How he even was able to recover and get there coming off a defending high screen and roll.
Here's Edwards. Caden Edwards attacking. Floats it up. Cooper Flagg denied him. Cooper Flagg denied him. It's his house.
Flagg led the Nike EYBL circuit in blocks by a wide margin with 4.5 blocks per game. Olajuwon-type numbers. Plays like this and consistent effort on the defensive end are what really separates him from the rest of the past American top prospects I've seen over the years. I watch high school, college, and pro. I've seen Zion Williamson, his freight train ability and explosive athleticism that I've never seen before at that size. I've seen Jason Tatum, one of the silkiest, smooth scorers you'll ever see. I've known Jason Tatum since he was 14 years old. I've seen Cade Cunningham, a 6'8" point guard, poised as they come, knows how to run an offense, fast break, one of the most skilled players at that size, at that position. I've seen Anthony Edwards, a rugged, athletic shooting guard who can shoot the lights out. I've seen those type of players. Cooper Flagg to me tops all of them. And that's saying a lot because these players were highly revered when they were in high school. He's the defensive end for me. And he's just as good offensively. His production on the offensive end is just as good as those guys, but his defense is what separates him. None of these guys I just named, aforementioned, Williamson, Tatum, Edwards, K. Cunningham, they didn't average 4.5 blocks per game in the EYBL circuit. They did not do that. They did not average 2.9 blocks per game in the FIBA World Championships. They did not get 2.4 steals per game as well. They were not guarding the opposing team's best player. They were not getting game-winning blocks. This is what this guy is doing at only 16 years old. He's still growing into his body. He's still growing into his frame. He's nowhere near done growing yet. And what makes him even more scary, he's even better on the defensive end. But let's not think he's a scrub on the offensive end. He is an offensive maestro on the offensive end, as he's continuously getting better each and every year. He's gotten better off the dribble, creating a shot off the dribble, and also improving as a playmaker. He averaged 26.9 points per game on the EYBL circuit this past summer to go along with 11.9 rebounds and 4.7 assists per game. He's so dominant that he even scored an EYBL single game record 52 points on 16 of 18 from the field to go with 12 rebounds. Put him in the league right now. High school competition is seemingly too easy for Flagg, hence why he chose to reclassify to the class of 2024 to speed up his way to college and eventually the NBA in 2025 as the favorite to go number 1 in that draft. Prior to his reclassification, many GMs were bearish. They were not looking forward to the 2024-2025 NBA drafts as they didn't really see a transcendent talent. At that time, they were looking at the 2026 draft class that had his rival, Cameron Boozer, who's number 1 ranked now in class 2025. Cooper Flagg at the time was in that class, and he had other great prospects as well. But now that he reclassified to class 2025, GMs now are salivating to grab the crown jewel of the class and a potential transcendent talent such as Cooper Flagg, similar to how they were this year with the 2023 NBA draft for Victor Wembanyama. Overall, Cooper Flagg, to me, is the best American prospect I've seen since LeBron in 2003. Yes, I said it. He affects the game in more ways than Zion Williamson, Anthony Davis, Jason Tatum, and so forth ever did at the high school level. Tatum's elite, but he couldn't defend like Flagg did, and he's not as athletic as Flagg is at the high school level. Zion Williamson couldn't shoot or defend as well as Flagg. Anthony Davis wasn't the offensive production monster that Flagg currently is with his skill set at the high school level. At just 16 years old, too, we're talking about. This kid is nowhere near done growing into his body and overall as a person. That's what separates him from the rest, and that's why he's so highly coveted. Many, including me, have Wembanyama has the best prospect in NBA history, as I've done that on my website, djsportshow.com, and for Hoops Habit as well, which got a lot of reviews. But if Flagg continues on his trajectory and continues to improve his game, we're going to be talking about him as that top tier of prospects in NBA history with LeBron, with Kareem for that title. Ladies and gentlemen, watch out, because the Menace from Maine is coming. Ladies and gentlemen, leave your comments in the comment section below if you believe Cooper Flagg is the best American prospect since LeBron James. Do you think he's the next NBA superstar? Do you think in a couple of years he could become the next face of the league with LeBron James on his way out in the next few years? Do you think him and Victor Wembanyama, who are both considered highly hyped, the most hyped prospects I've seen in the 2020s so far, do you think they're gonna carry this next generation of NBA stars over Jason Tatum, over Zion Williamson, over Luka Doncic? Do you think they're the next 2 top dogs? I want to know your guys' thoughts below. Ladies and gentlemen, it's me, your host DJ Hamilton. Make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe to the podcast, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and share with anybody who loves sports. It's me, your host DJ Hamilton, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.